tribulations that change can bring, we are able to look forward with the same hope and determination that she and others provided via a moral compass to help us travel beyond just the need for equality on public transportation, but rather public acknowledgement that all men and women are equal in the sight of God. For this reason, on today, I acknowledge Mother Rosa Parks and the dedication of this MAX transit stop in honor with a poem entitled, "A Rose is Still a Rosa." A rose is still a Rosa. Strong woman, black woman, petite woman, sweet woman, sanctified woman, proud woman, soft woman, determined woman, loud woman, new woman, past woman, better than an ever-ready battery woman, built to last woman, never giving up woman, we shall overcome woman, everyday people woman, gotta hit the streets woman, singing to a beat woman, gotta find a way woman, free at last woman, celebrating your past on today woman. A rose is still a Rosa. For you took a stand, woman, when you sat down, woman. Things changed for the better, woman. Still the best is yet to come, woman. More mountains to climb, woman. Remains to be seen, woman. Still trying to live out the dream, woman. A rose is still a Rosa. Because we celebrate you today, woman. God blessed us with you, woman. That's why we gather here in the Rose City, honoring a woman of pride and not pity. A rose is still a Rosa. Praising, remembering, reflecting your sweet fragrance of the past. Free at last, free at last. Last woman, you are free at last. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Renee. New Season's Market has also helped make this community more vibrant, providing shoppers and employees easy access to their store by both bus and by MAX. They also have provided this space and the refreshments for this celebration. Please welcome the president of New Season, Lisa Saglar.
I'll have to bring this down to my level just a little bit here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming on this beautiful sunny day. We don't get this so much in the dead of winter here. Well, I wanted to acknowledge that lovely poem. Thank you. It was so inspiring, Reverend, and I'm going to carry that with me all day. Thank you. What an honor it is to be here today to commemorate Rosa Parks and her courageous act. Renaming the Portland Boulevard MAX station after Rosa Parks is a fitting tribute to a woman who stood up, or shall I say sat down, to convey that civil rights are for all and public transportation is for all. When we were preparing to open this store here in the Arbor Lodge neighborhood, we had a little bit of difficulty getting financing. Some of the banks said that the demographic in this neighborhood wasn't quite up to snuff. And we stood up and said, we don't believe that. We believe this is a vibrant neighborhood who deserves good, healthy food and access to public transportation. I'm happy to say that this store is one of our #1 stores of all of them in our 9-store chain. So thank you, the Arbor Lodge neighborhood, for helping make that happen. Thank you to TriMet for delivering customers back and forth. We appreciate it. I'd like to acknowledge TriMet for their dedication to expanding public transportation in Portland in general, for their vision in acknowledging Rosa Parks in such a significant way. Thank you. It's our pleasure to be part of this community, and we look forward to being here for years and years to come. Thank you, Arbor Lodge, and thank you, TriMet.
Thanks, Lisa. The Human Rights Commission was an outspoken advocate for the Rosa Parks name change on the boulevard, and their championship has really meant a part of what we've been able to accomplish here. We thank them, and representing the commission is Arwen Bird.
Good morning, everyone, and happy birthday to Rosa Parks. On behalf of Portland's Human Rights Commission, I want to thank the organizers of this event, TriMet, for their thoughtful renaming of this station. Part of the charge for the Human Rights Commission is to foster greater understanding, inclusion, and justice for those who live, work, study, worship, travel, and play in Portland.
Wow.
An important part of that sense of inclusion is the ability for any of us to look up and see, read, and hear the names of great leaders that represent the true nature of our history on signs throughout Portland. Rosa Parks was a great leader for anyone striving to bring about a more just and inclusive world. The impact of her life resonates far beyond the act that she is best known for, refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a segregated bus. So much so that we gather here today to honor her. Until her death, she worked to make manifest the dream that every young person should be able to reach their highest potential and live the philosophy of quiet strength. The philosophy of quiet strength is not only a model for anyone seeking pathways to greater inclusion and justice, but how to sustain ourselves in the struggle. It is a philosophy that calls on us to define why and where we stand, or as Rosa Parks modeled, take a seat, which I prefer. This philosophy also calls us to release the fears that we have in deciding to work for justice and inclusion. As Rosa Parks wrote in her book, Quiet Strength, and I was pleased to hear Reverend Ward use this same quote, I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. I hope that over time, more and more of the signs and stations in Portland will come to reflect the true nature of our history here in Portland. And I hope that this place, Rosa Parks Station, will draw travelers to engage in quiet strength, to sit, reflect, make up their minds, and decide to act towards a more inclusive Portland. Thank you for your time, and happy birthday, Rosa.
Thank you, Arwen. We're about ready to be able to do the actual unveiling, but before we do, I want to also acknowledge that Bob Williams, one of our TriMet board members, is here. Bob, thank you very much for being able to be a part of today's events. Well, as Commissioner Dan Saltzman and Pastor Johnson, Reverend Ward, and Dr. Haynes make their way over to the platform, I think it's important for us to be able to also focus on a part of that history that we just heard about. Is going to be a part of the event, and I'll be here unveiling it in a second. But you know, I think one of the other things I like to reflect upon is what would happen, what would we imagine if Rosa Parks were here with us today, and to imagine what she thought 15 days ago on January 20th as President Obama was sworn in. With that, let me also reflect that here on the platform we're going to have a bit of the history. It's a plaque here I'll unveil just in a second, and to be able to show you what it is. But it talks about that history, not just the name, but the history. All of you can have a chance to see it as you come by, but let's turn our attention across the street and to officially launch the Rosa Parks Station. Go ahead, Dan. Well, thank you all for being able to be here. We all know that that as much work as we can celebrate today, and certainly by reflecting on Rosa Parks' birthday, the efforts that have been underway, we all know that much more needs to be done in our community to be able to make it as inclusive as it ought to be, and to have as many opportunities for all of our citizens, equal opportunities for all. We need to do more. We all need to be able to put our shoulder to the wheel to accomplish those things. Again, thank you for coming. A special thanks to the Aqua Green School, and a special thanks again to New Seasons for the birthday cake that is here for Rosa Parks. Thank you.